The sister they called a liar until the courtroom learned the truth. Introduction. The courtroom was silent. Not a single juror moved as Daniel Reynolds pointed directly at his sister and spoke with absolute confidence. She never served in the military. Everything she's told our family is a lie. She manipulated our father, stole his money, and built her entire life on a fake story. Jessica Reynolds didn't interrupt. She didn't argue. She didn't even react. Dressed in a simple gray suit, she sat quietly beside her attorney, allowing every accusation to become part of the official court record. To everyone watching, her silence looked like guilt. But Jessica wasn't afraid. She had spent more than 20 years protecting secrets that couldn't be discussed in public. Compared to those responsibilities, sitting quietly in a courtroom was easy. What Daniel didn't realize was that every lie he spoke under oath was bringing him closer to destroying himself. And when the truth finally came out, it wouldn't just end the lawsuit. It would end everything he had spent years building. Chapter 1. A family divided 6 months before the trial. Jessica received a phone call that changed her life forever. Her father had passed away. She immediately flew back to Virginia, expecting to grieve with her family. Instead, she was greeted by her older brother Daniel, who barely acknowledged her loss. "You made it just in time for the will reading," he said coldly. Those words told Jessica everything she needed to know. For Daniel, their father's death wasn't about saying goodbye. It was about money. During the reading of the will, the attorney explained that both siblings were beneficiaries of the family trust. However, there was one unusual condition. Their father had written that Jessica would inherit the family home and receive a significant share of the estate if she could prove what he simply described as service duty known to Robert Reynolds. The wording confused everyone in the room. Daniel laughed. "Service duty?" he mocked. "She's nothing more than a government employee pretending to be important." Jessica remained silent. She immediately understood why her father had written the clause that way. He knew much of her career couldn't legally be discussed. He also knew one day someone might try to use that silence against her. And sadly, that person was his own son. Within weeks, Daniel filed a lawsuit accusing Jessica of inventing her military career, forging financial documents, and manipulating their dying father into changing his will. The accusations spread quickly. Family members whispered. Old friends began asking questions. Since Jessica couldn't reveal classified parts of her career, she had no way to defend herself publicly. Her silence became Daniel's strongest weapon. But her attorney, Eleanor Price, had a very different strategy. "Don't interrupt him," she advised. "Let him repeat every lie under oath." Jessica wasn't convinced. Every instinct told her to defend herself immediately. But Eleanor smiled calmly. "If we expose the truth now, he'll change his story. If we wait, he'll trap himself." Jessica trusted her. And from that moment forward, Daniel unknowingly began building the case that would eventually destroy him. Part 2, the secrets Daniel never understood. As the lawsuit moved forward, Daniel became more confident with every passing week. To him, Jessica's silence was proof that she had been lying all along. He hired a private investigator to dig into every part of her past. The investigator searched military records, public databases, newspaper archives, and government employment files, hoping to uncover the truth behind Jessica's mysterious career. Weeks later, the report arrived. It contained almost nothing. There were no public deployment records, no photographs of Jessica in uniform, no interviews, no awards listed online, no detailed service history. To Daniel, that was all the evidence he needed. If she really served, he told everyone who would listen, there would be records. What he didn't understand was that some careers are designed to leave almost no public trace. The absence of information wasn't proof that Jessica had lied. It was proof that her work had never been meant for public eyes. Meanwhile, Daniel continued spreading rumors throughout the family. At every gathering, he repeated the same story. Jessica isn't a soldier. She's just hiding behind government secrecy because it sounds impressive. Most relatives believed him. After all, Jessica never defended herself. She simply smiled politely and changed the subject. Only one person had always understood the truth: their father. Years earlier, after Jessica returned home from a long assignment, he noticed a scar on her shoulder while she reached for a coffee mug. He looked at the scar for only a moment before quietly asking, "Did everyone make it home?" Jessica lowered her eyes. "Not everyone." Her father nodded without asking another question. He didn't need details. He understood what silence often meant. That was the first time he hugged his daughter since she had become an adult. It wasn't a long embrace, but it said everything words never could. Daniel never witnessed that moment. To him, Jessica had always been the quiet sibling who never seemed interested in wealth, promotions, or recognition. He mistook humility for weakness. He mistook secrecy for dishonesty, and those mistakes would soon cost him everything. While Jessica remained focused on preparing her defense, Eleanor Price uncovered something unexpected during the discovery process. Financial records showed that 3 days before their father died, $800,000 had been transferred from the family trust to an organization called the Sentinel Recovery Foundation. Daniel immediately claimed it was proof of fraud. He argued that Sentinel was nothing more than a fake charity secretly controlled by Jessica. The accusation sounded convincing, but the truth was very different. Sentinel was a confidential foundation created to support the families of service members who had lost their lives during dangerous military operations. For security reasons, the identities of those families were protected. Jessica recognized the organization's name immediately. Her father had quietly donated the money to honor people she had once served beside. She had never known he intended to do that. As emotional as the discovery was, another detail raised serious concerns.